Dela writes, my MVVs, welcome. Report reaching us right now is that the Ooni of Ife has allegedly filed for customary dissolution of marriage from the Oloris who will not leave the palace except there is a problem. As we are hearing, as rumor has it, is that Ooni of Ife has invited the officials of customary court, and they have come to the palace and they had a talk. And the talk was about customary court dissolution of marriage. And basically, it will affect those who are not willing to leave the palace and go to the mansion that he has purchased for them. We heard the other time that he purchased a very big mansion for them. And some of them said they were renovating. Some of them said they wanted to make it what they would want and all of that. But right now, we have seen that they are still, in the palace and, making it look as if nobody's ready to leave the palace of the Ooni of Ife. With everything that is going on, with the information we are getting on social media, they said that Ooni of Ife is actually running against time to bring Queen Naomi back into the palace. You have all heard about the drama that has been going on with Iyami Ronga, and now and again, the one that has happened again, the one that has to do with the Pastor Ademijo. Now, of course, they have done everything. Ooni is said to have been very devastated over the wahala that the Pastor Ademijo has brought. Ooni loves Queen Naomi so much, and he's going to do everything that is within his power to ensure that he does not lose Queen Naomi. But with that all being said, Iyami Osorunga had given them 60 days to get Queen Naomi and Tadenikawo into the palace. We heard also that there was some kind of, mini protest to get Queen Naomi back into the palace so they don't incur the wrath of Iyami Osorunga. And so right now, all of this is all coming together, and Ooni of Ife is under a lot of pressure to get these things done. Now, apart from what Iyami Osorunga is saying, Ooni of Ife knows very well that if something is not done about keeping Queen Naomi, he's obviously going to lose Queen Naomi. We've seen how events have been playing out recently. We've seen this man who has come, from what we are hearing, the man that they said Queen Naomi actually likes, even though everybody's jumping at him and making him feel as if he's doing something bad by seeing a woman he loved and expressing that love for the woman. And so right now, it's, Ooni of Ife is working. They say it's trying to expedite action to ensure that nothing goes wrong with his relationship with Queen Naomi, because it is also said that apart from anything, if anything goes wrong with the Ooni of Ife's relationship with Queen Naomi, there is a likelihood that something is going to happen. What that is what I do not know as an individual. It's only the Ooni of Ife that knows what it is he has got with Queen Naomi and Queen Naomi. Okay, so right now they said that he has invited the officials of customary court, and they had a talk together and all of that. You do know that Kabiyesi is king. I've seen a lot of comments where people are saying that he needs to do what he needs to do. Yes, indeed, he needs to do what he needs to do. But you know that whatever he does, he needs to be within the confines of the laws of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, because he is king. He has to lead by example. There are a lot of things that people will not expect from him. So I think that is why he's trying to take this call with the Oloris. And if the Oloris are not ready to play call with him, I think the best thing will be by using the law, which is, of course, in accordance of what is acceptable in Nigeria. And so they say that is what he is doing. So, when we got this information, I was trying to do some findings that, okay, for a man who only did traditional marriage, what has the law court got to do with it? They said right there in Nigeria that anything that has to do with tradition, things like traditional marriage, if there's going to be some kind of dissolution of marriage from a traditional setting, traditional marriage, usually the customary court that takes care of it. Now, it's not that when a person gets married traditionally, there is no court of law that deals with it. There is a customary court, and they say that is why they are using the customary court. And And so if the women, they said Ooni of Ife is still saying he loves his wives and they are fine, they are okay, and he's okay with them. If they are ready to move from the palace into the house that he has provided for them as their husband, that he will have absolutely no problem with them, that is not his own desire is not to divorce the wives, it's just to ensure that people don't continue to think that when he takes a decision, he cannot live through with it. That the thing is that he doesn't want them to be in the palace, from what I am hearing. And so they need to either decide to either stay in the house that he has provided for them, or sign the document for the marriage, for them to dissolve the marriage. And they say Oloris have been crying a whole lot, that they are very unhappy over what is going on. But it looks like in the days ahead, it's going to be more of this basbos going on in the palace of the Ooni of Ife, because the women are very adamant and the Ooni of Ife is adamant. Right now, Ooni of Ife is under pressure with a whole lot of things that have been happening to him in the palace, with Naomi almost slipping out of his hand, with Yami Osoronga one side, with all the fireballs, with all the deities, with everything. It's not a small something. And they said the Ooni of Ife is been very, very apprehensive over all of this disturbance that he himself has been experiencing. So the wives are said to be crying, bringing family members here and there, that Olori Ikpi is saying that this was never her bargain. She never ever thought that a time like this will come, that her bargain was not to get married and go and stay on her own. Her bargain was to get married and stay married and love and protect her spouse, which is what she has been trying to do the entire time. But the situation on ground now is not letting her. So right now, no, whether I don't know how they want to do it, but I really think that if Ooni of Ife is really serious about getting Queen Naomi back, this will just be the last, straw. This is just what he needs to do, because if the court says that the marriage has been dissolved, there's nobody who can say the marriage still holds. And so right now, the women are supposed to choose between, being in the marriage and also, being outside the palace of the Ooni of Ife. Now, the fear of Queen Naomi is the beginning of everything in that palace. Ooni of Ife is so in love with Queen Naomi, he's ready to do anything that is within his power to, make sure that he is in the good books of Queen Naomi, because he does not want to lose his wife. They said the palace is so hot, like Oloris are really, really upset and they are crying over this. I'm going to bring you more update. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you.